It's the RIOT Podcast, Wednesday, May 24th edition. And today's show, Isaiah and I try to save your relationship. We've got some excellent advice. And don't just take our word for it. Jamie texted in as we were talking about something. He said, you guys are giving out great advice. I found out recently that it's not okay to like another female's post on Facebook, no matter how much clothes she's wearing. He says, my wife didn't appreciate me liking it. And then his reasoning is he's primarily a TikTok user where on TikTok you just like anything, at least for him.
Do.
And on
Yeah,
Facebook,
you do, Jamie.
She uses Facebook. You don't like stuff, apparently, at least not in her world. And so according to his recent findings, it's better to just not like other ladies' posts if you're in a relationship. That's the long and short of the advice we gave is just, if you're in a relationship, especially around this time of year, you got to dial back those likes. You got to curtail them, the likes and follows.
Oh, yeah, you have to. And now there's like so many more ways for you to like so many more things too.
Okay.
Like before, it was just like I'll use Instagram for reference, right? Because that's where the majority of these young people, they're getting in trouble because that's where all the photos are. Girls are posting their pictures there of them getting ready to go to the lake or whatever it is. And then the boyfriends, they're out there liking photos they should not be liking. And now another thing. So it used to be, this is new.
Okay.
It used to be how just liking a photo, that was like the only place you could like on somebody's Instagram profile, right?
Yeah.
And so if you wanted to get their attention, what you would do is you would like an old photo.
Yeah, of course.
That was like how
Makes
you could
sense.
yeah. So that was like the thing is like if somebody liked your old photo, they're trying to pretty much say, reading in between the lines,
Yeah.
you're very cute, right?
Yeah, that never worked for me.
That never worked for you?
No.
Well, let me tell you this. There's a whole new way to do it now.
Okay, what do you do now?
So now, and this is new, you know, like how you can post an Instagram story, right?
Of course.
That's only up for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And what you can do now is you can like Instagram stories.
Uh-huh.
Now, when you like an Instagram story, what that is telling the person the exact same thing. Liking an Instagram
Yeah, you're
story,
paying attention.
You're in there. And it's an easy way to slide into their DMs as well.
Mhm.
And so if you're on the Instagram stories now, you're liking that. You can't be liking Instagram stories if you're not trying to tell that person that you're interested. So
It's
if
a
you have a
dangerous
boyfriend
game.
or girlfriend and you're on there liking Instagram
Yep.
stories, you better be careful. That's a dangerous spot.
Yeah, that's trouble right there. So that's all Isaiah and I were trying to save you. We want you to have a nice, happy relationship, and your relationship will be happier, boy or girl, man or woman, if you just ease up on the likes a little bit.
You gotta stop liking.
You don't have to like everything.
No,
You don't,
gotta
no
stop.
matter what platform you're on. And to me, that's how I always am. The only place where I like stuff, I still don't like everything, but on Twitter is where I'll give out the likes because I want to show appreciation for if somebody's, that's to make me laugh or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not liking pictures on there.
No,
I intentionally avoid people that are posting pictures all the time on Twitter.
Yep, if you're liking, if you're liking pictures on Twitter, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Like you're just asking for trouble.
you
but
sure are.
But if you're single, what you need to do is you need to start liking those Instagram stories.
All right.
I'm telling you, that's the way
Take
to
it from
slide
Isaiah.
in. Yeah, you slide in, you like on that.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you like if they post a couple days in a row, you like one or two of them, and then you slide right in the DM. It's
So,
automatic.
I like how you turn this around too. This isn't just we give some advice to help save existing relationships from trouble. We also now have handed out some advice for if you're single, what to do to jumpstart things a little bit.
Oh, yeah, the Instagram story is the perfect way. And first, you like a couple of them, test the waters a little bit. Because doing a direct, slide in the DMs is an aggressive maneuver.
That's right.
If you just hit them with a hey, that's easy to ignore. But
That's like cold calling.
it is. It's
Nobody
like cold
wants
calling.
to do that.
But if you go on their Instagram story, and let's say maybe you comment on something, maybe they went to the lake or something like that, and you can comment on it and be like, oh, I was just out there. I really love that place. You have a good time. Then that's way less intimidating.
It's showing that you're paying attention, and it's bringing you to their attention.
And when they deny you, you can play it off as like, oh, no, I was just being nice.
Yeah, just like the lake.
I wasn't trying to hit on you or anything crazy. I was just sliding in your DMs in a nice way.
A great lake. Yeah. That's all it is. Just a great place to pontoon.
So, yeah, so if you are in the relationship category, stay off social media. If you are single, you better get on there.
It's
you
on.
Start liking.
It's on. All right.
We talked about that. We also talked about a little Would You Rather Wednesday. We talked about a plane flight that went terribly wrong, not in the air, but before they even got on the air. And then Hudson's new look, which I'm sure you can already
yeah, if you're watching the video
see it as
podcast,
well.
it's very clear that things are looking a little different. I would like somebody that is watching the video podcast to be like, what? To be like, he looks the same. What are you talking about?
It's his typical look.
Yeah, I don't see the difference.
So we don't have podcast tomorrow.
That's right. The rest of this
or
week
Friday.
or
Not
Monday.
until Monday. Oh no, it's
Monday's
Memorial Day. Not till Tuesday.
Tuesday. So
Sheesh.
enjoy your Memorial Day. Spend some time with some fun people. Just have a good time, and we will catch you on Tuesday.
In a while. See you guys soon.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Isaiah, you notice anything different about me today?
You look different.
I do look different?
You got a different little feel to you.
In what way?
You're looking kind of preppy today.
Preppy, huh? Is that how you'd put it?
I'd say pretty preppy.
How would you describe it to the people?
Well, when Hudson usually comes in,
Uh,
he's wearing something that someone would probably cut wood in.
yeah, I consider that a compliment.
And then today, he kind of looks like a little kid going to school.
A little kid, huh?
I would say you look like you're ready for your first day of possibly 7th grade.
7th grade, huh?
If you shaved your face, you would look wildly different right now.
You think so?
Yes.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a great thing. I think it brings a younger vibe to the show. And I keep on going back and forth off of like if you look like a middle schooler or if you look like a dad.
Yeah, that's what I don't know either. That's what I'm worried about.
I'm fighting both battles right now because I look at you sometimes and I'm like, he looks like a young child who's ready for his first day of school. And other times I'm like, you look like you came from the golf course.
This is a golf shirt.
Because you're rocking that polo. Is it silky?
Yeah, it's silky. It's like moisture wicking type material.
Do you feel more athletic in it?
I do feel more
I
athletic.
bet you do. You feel like you could get around this morning?
I'm worried it's a little too form-fitting. It could be.
So this morning when you woke up and you were going through your closet, how did you end up on that?
Well, I was just thinking that maybe it's time for a change.
A mix-up?
Yeah, to mix things up a little bit. And I've got, this shirt's been out of rotation for a while, but it's pretty... it's a nice shirt.
When was the last time you wore a collared shirt?
Well, I wear flannel a lot. That has a collar.
That doesn't count, no.
Then maybe like a wedding like a year ago or something.
No way.
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy.
If flannel doesn't count.
Flannel does not count.
Yeah, then I think that would be, that wedding would be possibly it. So it's been a while.
Yeah, that's a long time. For me, I wear a hoodie in here pretty much every single day. But in my like day-to-day life, I wear collared shirts a decent amount.
Yeah.
Polos and whatnot to golf and do other things. But you...
So this wouldn't be out of character for you.
No, I wear polos in the springtime pretty regularly. Like I wore one on Sunday
to
to
be
golf.
a new show thing.
Well, I'm not gonna match you.
Well, no, wouldn't want to match completely, but it could just be like this is just our show.
What, the Polo Boys or something?
Yeah, the Polo Boys. I like the name.
No, I don't like it.
I think that's good.
I
Polo
think,
Brothers.
I think it possibly is like a you thing.
You think this can stick for me?
I don't think so.
No, it's not me. You think I can go sometimes polo, sometimes t-shirt?
Maybe.
You think this is going to stick out on our video podcast?
It's going to stick out like wild. It looks completely different.
Yeah.
You have a whole new vibe. I like when you wear...
Maybe it's time for a new vibe.
But I like when you wear denim on denim. The Canadian tuxedo.
I have liked that. And I can't wear my jean jacket with this.
Because it really
with
just...
this Under Armour golf shirt.
You can't do that.
That would be a wild look.
But all the denim, I think it's really you. But this morning, with that on, you're giving a whole new vibe.
A whole new vibe, huh?
I'm excited to hear what you have to say with that on.
Yeah, it might bring a whole new perspective to the show.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Summertime is here, and with it, depending on who you're following on the old socials, things could start to become a little more, you might see a little more skin, I would say.
It's that time of year. I'm showing more skin. I go to the pool on the weekends, make some pool pics. I'm getting ready to go to Scottsdale tomorrow. I know for sure I'm going to get some pool pics there. So it is that time of the year when everybody gets into their summer vibes on old social media.
You start seeing shirtless Isaiah, it's summertime on the old Instagram. But we also just got a warning from the Surgeon General who says, especially for teens, that using too much social media can be harmful, particularly to their mental health. Here I am, your relationship general, where I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts between Isaiah and I for social media this summer because we don't want to see it harming your relationship. So I'm going to throw out some things that if you're in a relationship, do you or don't you, or should you or shouldn't you?
Yes.
All right. Number one, you're in a relationship. Following just any other hot guys or gals that hot guys or gals.
Yes, these are tough questions here that you're giving because for a lot of people, they're not going to understand the severity of this. Because to you, it may not seem like, oh yeah, follow whoever you want. It doesn't really seem like a big deal, right? It's yet again for me not a big deal. For some people in the audience, this is a big deal, and so you can't just go from one day you're with your girlfriend or whatever. The next day you follow this random, really attractive female, and she sees that. She's going to be thoroughly upset.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And so I would lean, it's probably safer for you if you do not know her and she's just a cute gal, probably don't follow. I would lean against the follow.
I think when you are in a relationship, the follows need to slow way down.
Oh, yeah.
You take a good, hard...
How'd you meet her? I can just imagine. I already am ready.
Yep. So you dial that back. You dial back the follows completely. Okay, what about this, though? What if it's somebody that you do know, they post a pic, you're in a relationship, you're not in a relationship with this person, are you allowed to like the picture?
Oh, it all depends on the photo.
Oh, it depends, huh?
Oh, heavy depends. I think if it's just a normal photo of them like out and about or whatever, and they're like actually your friend, and it just happens to be like a girl for me, you can like it. If it's like a bikini pic, you'd be crazy.
Bikini pics are off limits.
You'd be crazy to like that. I think that'd be wild.
Yeah.
Because for you, if she sees that yet again, she's going to be upset. I think that I would argue that you would actually be safer liking like a bikini pic of a girl that's like famous or like a celebrity or something rather than just someone that you both happen to know, I would say. But it also depends girl to girl as well, what the relationship is.
Once again, it's similar to following. I think your likes slow way down if you're in a relationship. You like the person's posts that you're going out with, and maybe like not a whole ton others. Not a whole ton of others.
Unless it's like guys or something.
But maybe you don't like every post that your significant other makes because then your likes lose their power, Oh, but then again, if you don't like one, then it's like, why didn't you like that one?
Like them all.
Or like only a couple.
You better like. You should like every single picture your significant other posts, because if you don't like one of her pics and then you go off and you're on Instagram or whatever and you like some other girl's pics, you can be like, it's crazy that you're on here liking all her pics, and oddly enough, you can't even like mine. That's kind of crazy.
All right, you got any other scenarios to warn against?
I would just say, the likes that you're sending, if you think that liking another girl's like bikini pic or whatever, or like any kind of photo of another girl when you have a girlfriend, it's just never worth it. It's never worth it because you're gonna have a stupid argument that you think is dumb, and it will be dumb. But I'll tell you right now, she's going to be upset, and it's going to be annoying.
If you just use a little common sense, you can easily avoid the argument.
Just don't like it. Just don't like it.
Yeah. What is liking doing for you anyways?
Exactly. That's
How
always
is that
the
helping
argument.
you?
That's always the argument. It doesn't do anything for you. You have a girlfriend.
So what's the point?
Exactly. You're just getting yourself in trouble for no reason, and then you're going to get in an argument about why you're getting in trouble yet again for no reason.
You have any concerns that there's could be like women getting in trouble because they like our posts and they have boyfriends, and then the boyfriend sees, and it's like, how could you like these guys? What do they have that I don't have?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm concerned about that.
I hope so.
Nobody does it better. The Riot Radio U.
You know those scales at the airport? They aren't just for luggage. They can just as easily weigh people. And I know that because it just happened. We have here footage of a woman at an airport that was forced to weigh herself on the baggage scale, and the reason being is because apparently she lied, or at least they suspected she was lying about her weight.
What? Like, is it like I've never been asked getting onto an airplane.
No,
Like,
I don't think I have either.
how much do you weigh?
No, yeah, I don't think that's
I
ever
feel like
come
that's
up for
a wild
me.
question. In
Yeah,
general.
but so typically, as I understand it, of course, I'm not, a member of the Federal Aviation Administration or anything, but the way I understand it is for big flights on big planes like we would typically use, they have an average weight, the weight of the average American, the average passenger. And so they don't need to weigh everybody. It's a big plane. They can just say, you know what, like this is about how much people weigh on average. So it'll probably balance out okay the way they have it. But on a smaller plane, it's very important because the smaller is only a few seats. One heavier or much lighter person could throw things off and make the whole flight not go according to plan. And so they do have to ask. So supposedly in this situation, that's what was going on. This woman was asked her weight. She claimed 130 pounds. And I mean, it's not just us saying this. It is the airline was saying, clearly you're not 130 pounds. And if you are, prove it. And so she had to get on the scale in front of everybody in the airport. This is for all to see.
That's the wild part. Is it's like they should have like taken her into like a room or something.
Yeah, something.
Like maybe like
I mean, they have the scale right there, though.
it is right there, and I'd like get it or whatever. I think, I mean, it's just a tough situation.
It is tough.
Like I feel like she could have just like written down, like if she didn't want to say
Yeah.
how much she weighed, she could have written it down.
That's a good one, right? She could have written it down
Instead
just
of, like,
between
having
her and the person at the desk.
Yeah, and just like so she didn't have to announce it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like they like apparently like it's a small plane or whatever, so they're trying to even out the weight of the plane, and you don't want to like put everybody's like lives at risk because you just didn't want to say how much you weighed.
including your own.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, the plane might be going down, but at least nobody knows I'm 40 pounds heavier than I said.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you should just write it down or whatever, announce the real weight, just for safety reasons.
I imagine if I'm putting myself in her shoes, they probably ask her her weight, and she's like, "What's the big deal?" Like they're just asking.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Not not actually going to mean anything.
Facts, that's
I'll say
true.
130. Save my ego, whatever. And then it turns out that they weren't just asking for fun. But that's the other thing that I was thinking about too, is that people are, upset about this or whatever. But the airline isn't just doing this to make people feel bad.
They're doing it to, I mean, they had to do it to everybody on the plane.
Yeah.
Too.
She's just the only one that clearly lied.
Yeah.
And again, they probably could have been a little more courteous and
A little more discreet.
A little more discreet for sure.
Like, hey, come over here. I don't think you're telling us the truth.
But let this be a lesson to you that lying doesn't pay off.
No.
Tell the truth, even if it's a tough, difficult truth, like how much you weigh.
Yeah, that's a really, really hard one. But, it's just like a safety thing. And everybody got asked. If it was just like two people that got asked, that would be different. Everyone got asked.
Everyone got asked. One person lied.
The stories you love with the opinions you hate. The Riot Radio U.
The question today from Nate. This is just a goofy one. Would you rather be able to fly 12 inches off the ground, aka a foot, as long as you're flapping your arms? So you can fly, but you have to flap your arms, and it's only 12 inches off the ground. You're right near the ground. Or would you rather be able to be invisible, but only while you're screaming? Which would you choose? You can text your answer and reasoning it to 8772 Radio U. You have a lean, Isaiah, an early lean. Which way are you going?
I'm leaning.
Or first, do you have any clarification questions that you need?
I feel like this one's pretty straightforward.
We don't have to set any ground rules.
I don't think so. I'm sure someone will think of something.
I'm sure they will.
But I'm thinking flying off rip.
You're going with flying?
I think so.
And why is that?
Because I'm not much of a screamer.
Uh-huh.
If I'm being frank, it hurts my throat.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like at least with the flying, you can put that to use.
Why couldn't you put the invisibility to good use?
Because like the thing about being invisible is you don't want people to be able to know you're there.
Yeah.
But if you're screaming, they'll always know you're there.
But well, they won't know where the screaming is coming from, perhaps.
Yeah, but like when you're trying to be invisible, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to be sneaky.
Uh-huh.
Trying to sneak up on somebody, catch them doing something that they wouldn't do if you were there, say something.
Like
but once,
picking their nose.
Exactly. So once you start screaming,
Yeah,
then
it's
they're
going to
gonna
change
stop
their
whatever
behavior.
they're doing.
Change their behavior.
they're gonna be like, "What
okay.
is that? Where's that coming from?" Type deal. Where even if you're flapping your arms and doing the whole flying bit, at least you're able to fly.
That's a good point, but what purpose would that serve?
What are you talking about? You can go a little faster.
You think that flying is necessarily faster?
I think it's for sure faster.
I mean, running is faster.
No,
But what's
flying's
more,
faster than
what's
running.
more effort, flapping your arms or running?
Oh, for sure.
I don't think there is
know.
a for sure.
But if you're flying though, you're faster
if you're
than running.
if you're flapping your arms and you're 12 inches off the ground, you are possibly hitting the ground with your arms as you flap because you're so close to it as well.
No, you're not.
You are too. 12 inches. Your arm is more than 12 inches.
What are you talking about? Do you not know how to flap your arms
You
like
flap
a bird?
your whole arms, yeah, and they're going up and down.
You think you're gonna touch the floor? What are you, a
yeah,
monkey?
I do.
You think your hands are gonna touch the ground?
I think that's a possibility. That's a danger.
In what world are you gonna? You're so far up off the
You're
ground.
12 inches off the ground.
Your feet are, not your chest.
Oh, I'm picturing flying.
You're flying like Superman.
Yeah, lying down. Yeah, that's how I was picturing it.
No.
You're flying vertically,
I'm up. I'm standing up. Kind of like how
Okay.
Doctor Strange
like an
floats.
angel type thing.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm floating.
All right.
That's how I fly.
This is a tough one. 877-2 Radio U. I don't know if I've made up my mind yet. Have you made up your mind on the question of would you rather be able to fly 12 inches off the ground while you're flapping your arms or be invisible while screaming? 877-2 Radio U. We'll see your answers.
Nobody does it better. The Riot Radio U.
It's Would You Rather Wednesday. Text in your answer at 877-2 Radio U for today's question, which comes to us from Nate. He says, would you rather be able to fly 12 inches off the ground and only when you're flapping your arms, or be invisible but only while you're screaming? Let us know which side you're taking. Isaiah, you're leaning to the flying ability.
Flying, flapping, yes.
Xander says doesn't happen often, but I agree with Isaiah.
That's what I like to hear.
He's flying as well. Ash says invisibility. It'd be like being a really annoying ghost. I think that's what I'm thinking too. If you're screaming and invisible, yes, people will be aware that something is there, but they won't know it's you unless they recognize your voice, right?
Yes.
But you can disguise that. You can scream in a way that people wouldn't recognize, right?
Yeah.
And then you could haunt people. Wouldn't it be fun to haunt people?
Would you rather be able to haunt or fly?
Yep,
Yep, it's fly, isn't it? Yep.
But I don't think flying 12 inches off the ground.
Oh, we get down here to old Jeff's answer.
What does Jeff say?
He said, if I am floating in the flying, as then you can pass without leaving a trace on the ground. If it is Superman style, I would go with screaming invisible, as it is less likely to happen by accident. Mark said, nobody said how fast you had to flap your arms. I can travel over water easily while flying.
How often does that come up?
Maybe he has a pond at his house.
Yeah.
Maybe he lives on the water.
Let's see. Susanna says flying for sure. Screaming would be terrible. It would be strain, for us as radio people and just anybody that doesn't want to put strain on your voice. All that screaming, if you did want to be invisible, that would be difficult.
And think about this too. When you scream, like it obviously takes a lot of effort to scream. And if your voice starts cutting out, you're fading back in and out of invisibility. So
yeah. That's
if
true.
You can't keep a scream going. How long can you scream for consecutively?
How long can you scream? Because you're right. You could only haunt people for 20 seconds at a time.
Yeah.
Before you'd run out of breath and you'd have to go again. So
exactly. So then you'd flash in.
Yeah.
Mark says he
but
does
that'd be
live
even
on a lake.
spookier.
So.
Well, that explains that. Do you think? Now we're getting off on a different thing. But do you think if you were a ghost, how come ghosts always are haunting people?
Because they're angry.
But what if there's ghosts that, if you were a ghost, maybe for me, if I was a ghost, I'd be like a fun ghost.
And what would a fun ghost do, Hudson?
I'd do fun instead of scaring people. I'd do things to entertain people.
Well, maybe. How about this though?
I'd smash a pie in somebody's face or whatever, and then everybody else in the room would laugh, type thing.
See, that would still be scary, though. I think anything that you do would be considered a haunt.
I don't know.
I don't think ghosts are trying to be scary.
I need to work. You don't think so?
If you move a chair, that's called haunting.
Yeah,
it's not
that's
actually
right.
Trying.
If a visible person moved a chair, it's not scary. But when a ghost moves a chair, you're right. It's scary.
So it sounds like you're trying to work your way out of you saying that flying is the way to go here.
No, I think invisibility I'd still go with because I think there could be some uses. How about this one? Let's say you want to commit crimes. What if you're able to scream and become invisible, then a lot of places that you might want to rob, they have cameras, but they wouldn't be able to identify you while you're screaming. So you scream, you run in there, boom, crime, boom, out. Nobody knows you were there.
John says, being that I'm a teacher, I use my voice daily teaching music students. I prefer flying. Also, this is the best reasoning yet.
Okay.
What a great way to build arm strength and upper body strength as well. I mean, if you were just
Are you sure though, John?
You would for sure be jacked.
Well, if that's that easy to get jacked, why aren't we all just flapping our arms all the time anyways?
I'd love
to have to increase my measurements on the biceps.
Do this for 5 minutes. If you flap your arms like this for 5 minutes, you're gonna start feeling your shoulders and your biceps. All of a sudden, if you're doing that nonstop just to float around,
you know, Nikki in the studio would just walk around, right, to get her steps in.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be even crazier than doing that is if I was flapping every time we weren't talking.
Instead of building like leg muscles,
I come back out of breath, and you're like, it's like, sorry, I was flapping. I was doing my flapping exercise.
That would be weird.
That would be totally weird. What a great would you rather question.
It ended up being a good one.
Yeah, thanks, Nate. 8772 Radio U if you've got a good one.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.